Hello and welcome to Tarotspeaks. This is your general self-love tarot reading for the month of March 2018. We're going to be looking at our overall energies, what's in our thoughts, how we're communicating, what's in our heart space, what we're bringing in or drawing into ourselves, what we are showing the world, what may be holding us back or what we have learned from the past, and what will help us to move forward. So let's get started. We're going to start on our overall energies, which is compassion. You demonstrate the language of the heart by actively sharing and living love. This is about understanding other people's point of view, putting yourself in other people's shoes, and also this is about going in to reflect when you are trying to understand where other people are coming from. In terms of our thoughts, we have willingness. Willingness. You are able to compromise if the end result is love. So in your thoughts, you are willing to accept people for who they are, accept yourself for who you are. You're willing to compromise and bring some compromises into, the projects that you're working on. Bring compromises into your work, into, your relationships with others. This is what's on your mind. In terms of your communications, you have respect. You value everyone's unique perspective on the path to love. So this is about respecting other people's boundaries, respecting other people's decisions. In turn, also respecting yourself enough to understand that other people have different views than you do. In terms of your heart space, we have priorities. You understand the paramount importance of manifesting love in all situations. In your heart space, you may be setting some goals for yourself, prioritizing your relationships, prioritizing work, just putting some order into things. In terms of what we're drawing into ourselves, we have the present. You live in the moment and are able to bring forth the energy of love in your current circumstances. Stances. This is about, like it says, living in the moment, not dwelling so much on the past, accepting the things that come to you during this time, accepting things for what they are right now in this moment. In terms of what we're showing the world, we have self-love. You realize that love of self is necessary to love another. So this is about appreciating yourself, appreciating other people, and it's shining through that you love yourself. So you're willing to share that with other people. In terms of what may be holding you back or what you have learned from the past, we have actions. You have the courage to express the unique loving colors of your soul. So in the past, you may have taken some direction that is unique to what you want, what you need in your life. In terms of what's going to help us move forward, we have individuality. You leave your unique stamp of love on everything you do. This is about independence, being able to stand on your own, moving forward. Now, altogether, what I see here is, in terms of self-love, this is about respecting ourselves enough to compromise with others and also being willing to prioritize ourselves into our daily routines is what I'm getting from this. Showing compassion to ourselves, setting the priority of, if we take the time out to meditate, take the time out to pamper ourselves, show respect and love to ourselves. You do have self-love here, and this is about, cultivating your own individuality, your own way of doing things. And you're living in the moment. You're taking actions that are going to motivate you, that are going to heal you and push you forward. So when you set priorities within your heart space, you have priorities. When you make yourself a priority, you're giving yourself the love that you deserve and that you need, and you don't expect that from others. But knowing that you already have the love that you need, you are able to radiate that to other people, and other people will automatically be willing to give that love to you because they see that you respect yourself. Now, I'm going to draw some Art of Tarot cards to give us a little more information. And the first card I'm going to clarify is willingness. You are willing to compromise if the end result is love. So, with willingness, we have the Empress. So, the Empress is about abundance. The Empress is about stability. She's about, it could be birth. It could be, she's nurturing and caring and loving. Can't get my words together. The Empress is about love. She's about loving yourself, nurturing yourself. She is abundant. She is loving and caring in the way that she thinks, in the way that she feels, in the way that she irradiates to other people. And with willingness, you are willing to show that love to yourself. In terms of what's on your mind, you may be thinking of how you can love yourself and others better. In terms of respect in your communication sector, you have you value everyone's unique perspective on the path to love. This is about understanding that other people have different views, different ways of finding love, different ways of showing love, different ways of giving love, and you are communicating that you respect other people's point of view, other people's ways of life. And with that, with respect, we have the Ten of Cups in reverse. So, although you may not be happy about a situation, you are willing to respect other people's point of view, even if it doesn't fulfill you emotionally. You may be also willing to respect the fact that other people may not be fulfilled in certain situations, and you may be communicating with them in terms of this, what is causing them to feel emotionally unfulfilled in situations where either they don't feel respected or you don't feel respected. But this is about the self, so anything that has caused you to feel unfulfilled emotionally, you respect that other people aren't. You respect that if another person isn't able to give you what you want or need. And also respect that if what you give isn't good enough, or I don't want to say good enough, if what you give isn't meeting the standards of others, you're willing to respect their point of view as well. In terms of your priority, you understand the paramount importance of manifesting love in all situations. So like I said, if a situation doesn't suit you, you still have respect for the person, respect for yourself, and you're prioritizing yourself into your daily life. With that, we have the Four of Wands. Four of Wands is about the home life, stability, coming together with others, happy home life, happy connections with others. So you're prioritizing yourself into your daily routines in terms of your family. So you may have to do things that require you to take care of your family members, take care of other people, but you're making sure that you set aside the time for yourself. This is about self-love. So right now, you may be spending a lot of time at home, trying to decide what your next steps are, moving forward. What are you going to do next? Maybe some celebrations or things that you're working on, and you're trying to prioritize everything. in a loving and kind way so that it fits for everyone. In terms of what you're bringing in, you have the present. The present says you live in the moment and are able to bring forth the energy of love in your current circumstances. So like I said, you're loving yourself. You're bringing your you're bringing in time to really think about and accept and be comfortable with the way things are now, regardless of whether they have been good or bad times in the past. You're living in the moment. With that, we have the Knight of Cups. So you may receive an offer presently of love or something that is emotional being offered to you. You may be dealing with a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, but this is a knight. Knights usually bring messages. And right now you're nurturing yourself. Maybe you're being nurtured by someone, but you're living in the moment. You're going day by day. You're not thinking too far ahead of yourself. Because right now you're feeling stable in your thoughts and in your heart space. You're prioritizing. Even though some things may not be emotionally fulfilling to you, what's coming into you is an offer of something something emotional, and you're just enjoying the present moment. In terms of what you're showing the world, you have self-love. You realize that the love of self is necessary to love another. You realize that you have to fulfill yourself first in order to be able to love another person the way they love you. In order to give, you have to be, it's like, I can't fill your cup if my cup isn't filled first. That's what I'm getting. So with that, we have the Lovers. And so like I said, self-love. Your self-love is radiating to other people. You're able to make the choices that are right for you in terms of love. You may have several options in love. And right now, you're just loving yourself. You're loving the process. You're going through the process of, prioritizing yourself into a situation and allowing things to unfold naturally. You're having compassion for yourself, compassion for other people, even if situations aren't or haven't been in the past as emotionally fulfilling as you would like them to have been. You may be communicating this to another person and explaining your side or how you feel, and exchanging emotions in terms of what may be holding you back or what you have learned from the past. You have action. You have the courage to express the unique, loving colors of your soul. And with that, we have the Death card. This is about transformations. Taking the actions needed to transform old situations and bringing a sense of newness. Letting old things go. Seeing the growth in the moment, seeing how far you've come from all of the old things that you've been through, all of the pain, all of the suffering, all of the things that you've been through in the past, being able to let them go and also being able to use them as a life experience to grow you, to change you, to transform you. Taking the actions in the past to let some of those things go and let them be lessons and not hold on to them. In terms of your individuality, in terms of your what you have to help you move forward, you have individuality. You have your unique stamp of love. You leave your unique stamp of love on everything you do. So this is about knowing that your experiences are unique to you. Other people may not understand, or they may not know because you have the respect and the Ten of Cups in reverse. They just may not know the things that you've been through. And so you may be now explaining them and showing them a part of yourself that they did not know of. With individuality, you may be working through some issues on your own. And that may be what you need to explain to other people so that they understand where you're coming from. With that, we have the the King of Swords, the King of Swords. This is about gaining clarity, using logic, cutting through illusions, making clear-cut decisions. The King of Swords is blunt, straightforward. You may be dealing with a person like this, or this may be you. You may also be dealing with a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, or, like I said, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Seven of Wands. Standing up for yourself, standing your ground, doing so compassionately. So when we stand up for ourselves, it's more with compassion. It's telling us that we can stand our ground on certain issues, but do it in a loving way so that other people understand why we take the position we take. Which is why we have the Ten of Cups in reverse with the respect card. Respectfully voicing your opinion on what doesn't suit you. In your thoughts, you may be willing to compromise with a person. This may be a situation where there's a child involved. But this is about growth, expansion, being willing to change your thinking in terms of growth, being willing to change your thinking in terms of how to handle situations with other people. All this has to do with self-love. So when we're talking about self-love, we are talking about how we love ourselves, the things we've been through in the past and how they affect our future. How they also affect how much compassion we show ourselves, how much compassion we show other people, prioritizing ourselves in our own healing process so that we can transform situations that no longer serve us into situations that are more stable and grounded. And being able to say things straightforwardly, not hold back words. Showing how your individuality, what makes you unique is what I want to say. What makes you unique? Being in the moment, showing love to yourself and to others in this moment. Prioritizing our home life. Putting things in order within our own minds. Maybe exercise. Setting routines for ourselves, being willing to nurture and love, even if we haven't had that fulfillment in the past. But you see, it starts in the mind, it starts with the self. So if we start to nurture and care for ourselves and are willing to do that, it will be spilling out into our other areas of our life without us even trying. Even love will come to us as we begin to express what it is inside of us that makes us unique, what it is inside of us that we are unhappy with, as well as the things that we are happy with. This can be about positive affirmations for yourself that bring in love, that bring in joy, that bring in stability. Showing that you respect yourself enough not to tolerate or to accept things that don't make you emotionally fulfilled. And as you do that, the things that are emotionally fulfilling come to you with the Knight of Cups. Individuality, moving forward towards the future, we have a clear understanding of our own uniqueness, what makes us different. We may be protecting ourselves and cut off situations that no longer serve us moving forward, but doing it with compassion so that we can explain. Well, it's like having to explain to someone what's not making you happy in order to bring your own abundance to yourself, in order to bring a sense of balance, a sense of growth to your situation, to your home life. Changing the old way of doing things, the old way of thinking things about yourself, about that other person, knowing that sometimes the things we think can cause us to either lash out at other people or see people in a light that's not so appealing. But what we're showing the world, what everyone is seeing of Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius is the self-love, the self-respect, the willingness to grow and change and be stable, setting priorities, leaving that old way behind, standing up for ourselves and compassionately doing so. I'm going to pick 3 cards, one for Leo, one for Aries, and one for Sagittarius for the month of March with unconditional love and guidance. This is about self-love. So we're making known the things that have caused us some emotional imbalance, some emotional unhappiness. Choosing our own, to stand on our own, to nurture ourselves, to bring a sense of harmony to our lives. We feel harmonious within our heart space, within our minds, when we're willing to compromise with people who come in if they're on a level of growth, if they're trying to grow, if they're trying to change, if they're trying to move to the next level, if they're trying to leave the old selves behind. We are willing to collaborate with those people in love, in enjoyment, taking those actions necessary. For Leo, for March 2018, self-love for Leo, March 2018, we have gossip. Gossip is about someone who is creative, building things, making things happen. Other people may not understand your journey. Other people may not understand what you've been through, what you're doing. So they're talking about it. Make sure you're not spreading rumors or gossip about other people as well. Understand that you may not know the reasoning for why other people say the things they do, why other people do the things they do, but understand everyone is on their own journey. This is about not having any personal agendas other than love. Don't deny that you are gifted. Don't deny that you have gifts to offer. Other people may think that you're estranged for the things that you're doing, or that they don't understand why you chose the things you chose. But sometimes when other people don't understand what you're doing, it's because they wish they could do it. They wish they could gravitate towards what you're doing. They wish they could be as open and as brave towards the situations you are in, as they watch that you are loving yourself enough to let certain situations go. Putting to end the situations that wasn't working. The next card we have for Aries for March 2018. Self-love for Aries, March 2018. Aries. We have workaholic. This card is reminding you to, although you may be working on some projects, not to get so lost in those projects. Also, carve out time for yourself to have some fun. Enjoy the projects you're working on. Make it enjoyable. Understand that all work and no play. They say all work and no play makes Johnny a dull boy or something. But this is about incorporating time for yourself, time to experience, time to explore the world. It may be a time to recharge. Know your limits. Know when to take a break. When to start to relax. You may need to take a vacation for a while in order to clear your head. And then when you come back to your projects, you'll be refreshed and ready to start again. In terms of Sagittarius for March 2018. Sagittarius, March 2018, self-love for Sagittarius, March 2018. We have wisdom, understanding things take time to grow, understanding that things don't happen overnight. You don't learn something overnight. You don't make money overnight. Well, I mean, some people do, but you don't make the kind of money you want to make right away. You don't do the things, some things take time to grow. Plants take time to grow. You take time to grow. The things you've learned over the past few years have grown you, and it's taken time for that to happen. So understand during your course of growth and maturity that it took you time to build up certain negative traits within yourself. So it's going to take time to heal as well. So use your wisdom in terms of that. Understand that some of the things that you've been through in the past, it's not going to be over with so soon. Some of the experiences that you've experienced are going to take time to resonate with you. So, for example, whatever you're working on, understand that you're not going to gain the results you want right away. It's going to take some time for things to go through. So if you're trying to gain some sort of monetary gain of any sort, understand that you don't need to prove anything. You just need to choose to simply be wise about your actions. And just take some time out. Because what I'm seeing as a theme for all three signs, Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius, is that there may be some time needed to recuperate from work, from a journey that you've been on, from emotional journeys, from, all of the things over the past years or even months or days. It's going to take time for you to recuperate. It's going to take time for you to get an understanding. At the bottom of the deck, we have vanity. Vanity is about coming into the public eye. Make sure you're not trying so hard to get other people's approvals. It's like I said with the wisdom card, you don't need an approval from other people in order to do the things that make you happy. With gossip and workaholic, you're being asked to have fun with what you're doing, regardless of who comes with you and who doesn't. Regardless of who you may have to cut out, find that emotional fulfillment within yourself. Take that time to rebuild yourself, transform yourself, bring stability to yourself. Use those positive affirmations and compassion for yourself. Stand up for what you believe. Stand up for what you want. Continue to persevere through the obstacles, knowing that all the hard work you put in the past with the death card is going to bring forth the fruit that you want. Well, I hope these messages were helpful to you. Please like, share, subscribe, comment below. Let me know how you feel about this video. And I thank you for watching.